Stop explaining yourself and telling people everything. You owe no one an explanation of what you do. Don't downgrade your dream just to fit your reality. Upgrade your conviction to match your destiny. Nothing can bring you peace but yourself. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Sometimes we're tested not to show our weakness, but to discover our strengths. Prove yourself to yourself, not to others. Your greatest strength is to know exactly who you are. Ashton Long. Stop wishing, start doing. I can, I will, end of story.
Hi everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts, and welcome. So I was just running around getting organized today, getting my craft room ready to do some fun slow stitching project. So I asked you guys the other day in a video if you guys would be interested in seeing how I make these cute little lovebirds. So they're so much fun, and it's just a fun little project that you could sit and relax and, you know, just do at your own time and no pressure and just, you know, a fun little slow stitch. We all need one of those every once in a while. So I will show you today how to construct the little bird and do the little nest, this fun little nest underneath. And it's great scrap buster. I mean, we can get rid of some scraps and make something beautiful. Just a fun little project, you know? Okay, so that's the plan for today. And I really haven't done much except for cleaning my craft room, getting ready for the day, and meet you guys over at the table. And let's get started. So what I'm going to show you guys today is how to construct the little bird. Okay? So we're going to start off with that in this video. So I'm going to show you how I construct it and put it together onto the background. And then the next video I will do I'm going to show you guys how to do the back part of it too. Okay? So what I got here is just some DMC threads. So any color, that's the fun part about this, is you can use any threads, any scraps, anything you want to add to it, because it's kind of just like a little scrappy little cover thing, because I will be doing a video with you guys eventually making a little needle book with this, is what the plan is too. So those are all future videos coming, so just make sure to stay tuned for that. Okay, now, and I got some little gems. These are fun. These are like their little eggs in their nest. I don't want to open it, I'll probably spill it, but these are just their little eggs that I did just in their nest here. And I'll show you guys how I did that. So you can see, I thought that was kind of fun. Just little eggs. Okay. And I just have, you could just use regular thread for like that part. So some just cotton thread is nice to have because you don't want it to be super thick, or you can just use a strand, one strand of the DMC, just whatever you prefer. And what else do I have? Just needles, some scissors. Chenille needle is what I like to use a lot in my projects. Sashiko needle if I'm doing like, you know, more running stitches and stuff like that. Okay, and then I have some coffee dyed and tea dyed fabrics, and this was just on the machine, so I just had some extra, just whatever scraps you have hanging around. Okay, and then I have snippet rolls here which are great to use. And I will put that video on the end screen on how I do my little snippet rolls and stuff and put them on the corks. So it's pretty fun. So I'll make sure to get that one for you guys. But these are great to use. Like, that's what I did here for their little hair and their beak, like that. It was just little snippet rolls in the wing, but it's not, you don't have to do that. Like this wing, I'm gonna go ahead and use just a heart that I cut out of fabric, and I'm just gonna cut it in half and use like half the wing. So you can just look at your fabric, see what you got, and just kind of patch it down to look like a little bird. So I mean, there's no real pressure about this at all. Oh, and then of course, in my planters nut thing, I have tons of just threads, you know, strings, threads, all that fun stuff. So those are great to add to the nest, you know, and behind, I just did behind their wings and stuff. And then little buttons, which I will get out in a minute. I forgot to grab those. So just little buttons for eyes if you want. Okay. So what I started off with is just taking a piece of paper and drawing out a shape. I just drew roughly a bird body. Okay. And then I went ahead and just did a bird wing like that. Okay. So those are just, you know, whatever. There was no real like super thought about it or anything. I just kind of drew a body until I went, oh, I like that. That looks like a bird. So that's just what I did. And then I took it and put it on some jeans. This is just a pair of old jeans, like some denim, you know. And I just traced around it, and I made sure to do it on this side in case the ink showed. But you could do your erasable ink pens if you got one, you know. Like one of these are great. And when you add heat to it, it just goes away. So you could do that, or you could just do a pen. I just did a pen on this side. And because this won't be showing, it'll be on that. So then I just cut it out. And then you could do the same with the wing. You could do it on, you know, a contrasting piece of fabric and do that. But I'm going to go ahead and use this little heart. I thought it would be really fun. You know, just kind of have a little heart here. Okay. You know, and there really is no pressure. Like if you mess up and cut it out and it doesn't look right, grab another piece of scrap fabric. I mean, that's why we're doing this, is because of the scraps, you know. Use up all your scraps. That is the point. Okay. Oh, and then these little flowers I did with you guys the other day on a video. I'll make sure to put it on the end screen. You guys come check it out, how I construct these cute little flowers. But I put a little key in there. It says love. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, see that? It says love on it. So I thought I'd add that somewhere in here. And then I got my fabric that had love, the word love on it. So I might put that throughout on there. Okay, so let me go ahead and grab my buttons, and I'm going to thread my needles, and we'll get started. Together here, and we're going to start with our bird first and get everything sewn on it. So anything that you want to sew on it, now is the time. So I got my little threads. Okay, so I'm just going to break them apart. Just whatever threads I want to put behind the wing. There's no, you know, pressure about what, you know, it really, the outcome, you don't want to be like, oh, you know, worried about this is what it needs to look like and it needs to be structured and this, and step by step by step. It's really, slow stitch is about the process, okay? It's about just kind of breathing and getting into a meditative state and just relaxing and seeing where the stitching takes you, really. I know, it just, it's something that you're just supposed to kind of just go with the flow, really. And I'm just giving you guys steps of how I did this loosely, you know, loose steps. Nothing, doesn't have to be set in stone with anything. But what I did was put some just threads behind it, some fabric for a wing, and then let's just do just some running stitches around it. And I'm using just a pink thread with 2 strands, just the DMC. And that's it. You just take it and just go up and down. I mean, you could do whip stitches around if you want. You could stitch this on however you want to. But what I'm doing is just going ahead and just doing a running stitch all the way around. Like that. And this is just a chenille needle. I think it's like a 22 or something like that. I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that one. But I like it because it has a bigger eye. So I can get that through there. So we're just taking it. And this is a great thing, you know, to sit out in front of the TV, watch your favorite program, you know, listen to your favorite podcast. I was going to say iPod, I don't know why. Favorite podcast, or, you know, listen to music, or, you know, talk with friends. Just have a little conversation like I'm doing now. So just whatever relaxes you, whatever gets you into that no pressure zone, really. And just stitch it on. It's as easy as that. I'm just doing the up and down, up and down. And if you want, you can go and gather it. You could do that kind of stitch. You go down and then back up and then pull it through. Down, back up. Like that. Okay. And then since we have our thread on here, I mean, you could tie a knot here if you want to. But if your thread's long enough, we could just go right over and do the eye. Like that. I just got a little button. You just pop the eye on. So this is just, I mean, you could sit and make as many of these as you want, really. Just, they're great for like journal covers, or you can even add them into your journals on pockets. I think that would look really cute, or on pages, or, you know, anything like that. And this is definitely a scrap buster. And we all love using up our scraps. So I'm just going around and just tying a knot. So there we go. Okay, and the next step, we can go ahead and look at what we got here. So to do, if you don't have ruffles already made, what you can do is you could just fold it like an accordion. Like that. I'm just gathering most of it at the bottom together and then fanning it out, because I think this would look cute, like that. So you could do any kind, you could do different kind of hairstyles. I mean, this one, I just sewed it on and then did snips. I just snipped it, and it just looks so funny. I love it. So you could do different kind of, you know, hairdos with them, and you can even stick this on and then cut this too if you wanted to, but I'm just going to take it and just pop a few stitches in there just to keep it in place. once we stitch it down to the background too, it'll get on better. But I'm just kind of tacking it down. Okay. And for the beak, we could do whatever we got here. So I'm using this corner, and I'm going to kind of round. Just round it out. And to me, for some reason, their little beaks look like parrot, like a parrot beak. The way I do it, I don't know why. But let's see. And you can move it where you want it. See, doesn't it kind of look like a parrot? I think they're fun. But you could do that however you want. I mean, you could do a little pointy beak if you want, just anything like that. So you could see, I just kind of cut it like that. It's a little wrinkly. Okay. So, I mean, there really is no big pressure about this. Just kind of pop it on, look at it, and then just go, does that look like a beak? You know, and then if not, grab another little piece of scrap and do a little more cutting and just see how it turns out. Okay, so I'm just tacking these down for now. Oops. Okay, no, we're good. Just tacking it down. I mean, that is coming along so cute. And then we'll just tie it off. Okay, let me think. We got everything on there. So this is the time to add whatever else you want on there. And so far I've just used one, you know, strand of thread. Well, the 2 strands, but just one length of it. And I've gotten a good amount of stuff on there. So we got our little threads, our wing, our eye, our little hairdo, and our beak. Okay, I think that's so cute. Now, anything else you want to add, you do it now, but I think I'm good. I mean, it looks good to me, right? So I'm just showing you guys how to do one lovebird. I mean, obviously today. And you can just do the same thing on the other side and have them facing each other. Just so much fun. I don't want to add, I like the pink behind it, so let's see. I could turn it. So you can put it however you want. I think I like it like that. Or, I mean, we could do it however we want. Oh, and I didn't say at the beginning here. I think I did that last video too, because I get so excited about what I'm making. But I'm going to take our stitch journal here, our little log cabin stitch journal, and we're going to add this page. This is going to be a little page, and we're going to sew it inside one of the pages here. Okay? And if you guys want to get caught up and actually see how I constructed this and the whole playlist, I'll make sure to put that on the end screen, and you guys come check it out. I forgot to do that last time, but I get so excited, but that's what we're going to do. I'm gonna just sew it in there, and we'll have another little page. And we'll call this our little lovebird page. But so I'm saying you can turn it any way you want. You can have it this way. Just make sure when you put it down to put the bird up a little higher, because you're gonna have your little nest here too. And depending on how much scraps you want to use up or how big you want your nest, I mean, you can go pretty big if you want. So we'll just see how we want it. I really do want the pink to show. Okay, how about that? And then it still shows. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll have a little nest. So this is what we got, and I went ahead and sewed it on. Okay, I just had to double check. So we're just going to take it and go ahead and just sew this all the way down onto our backing here. So I'm just going to do a running stitch all the way around and sew it down. So I got it all sewn down. I think it looks great. And I still have some thread left over. So what I'm going to do, or some embroidery floss, is let's go ahead and grab our scraps here. And I'm just going to cut them, oh, I don't know, inch and a half. Just roughly. Some variety here. And the more frayed they are and kind of split and stuff, the better, because, I mean, this is just going to be a fun little nest. So you can snip it and rip it. And just do some more cutting. And this is just linen and then cotton. So whatever you got. Cotton works probably the best. And linen. Linen's great too because it does a nice little fray to it. So, okay, so I'm just getting little pieces here. And what I'm going to do is just fold it in half. Like that. I'll start over here because that's where my embroidery floss is. So I'm just folding it in half. And when I fold it in half, I'm not folding it like perfectly. I'm kind of doing a little diagonal like that. Just a little diagonal. And then you can pop it down where you want it. Just on the end here. And I'm just doing a little stitch. Just a little stitch to hold it down. Okay. You get the next one, go like that. You go right beside it. And then you can just do just a stitch. Just holding it down like that. See, I'm not going right through the middle, I'm just kind of just popping it down like that. Okay. Just like that. So I'm just kind of stitching them on here, and I'm going down with these. And I'm just going to continue and just keep doing the same thing all the way down. Pop it down. You can see here. Just kind of attaching them on there. I'm going to go ahead and just go across real quick, and then I'll come back and show you guys how to do the next layer. That all sewn down. Okay, so we went down with them. Now we're going to take our little threads and just make them all wispy through here. So I'm just sticking them down. Okay, and then we take our next layer. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold it in half like that, make it like a V shape. Okay, and we went went down with those, so we're going to go up with these. So bring your threads down. We're going to sew through there too when we put the little eggs in. So we'll catch all this. But for now, I wouldn't worry about it. I just putting it down so it's in between the layers. And we're going to do the V shape. Move it down just a little bit like that. And then just sew it down. So you're going to do the same thing, but with them facing up. And then just catch it. Just starts making a really cool nest. And you can weave in and out in between. You can go underneath that one like that, you know, and just do it just starts making a little raggedy nest. It's so cool. It's just so much fun. You just layer it up. I love just all the little loose threads. It's just like just whimsical, you know. I mean, even though that got folded down and went over that one, it doesn't even matter. Just kind of pin it down. Because think about a bird's nest, you know. They just go and grab twigs and grass and all kinds of stuff, and there's no rhyme or reason, and they just put it all together. They just do it so it's constructed and put together to sit in with their little eggs. So we're just making it all whimsical, and then you can just kind of go like this with them, and then it starts turning into a little nest. And it is a great way to just use up all your little scraps. So if you guys are enjoying this video, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button. It really does help my video get out there more for other people to see how to make a fun little whimsical little bird in a nest. It's just so much fun. So that's how you do the nest. And see, this piece is great. See how it's like an L shape and it's not perfect. It's just gonna make it just look so much character in it, you know. So you just set it down, do your little V fold, and then just pin it down like that. So you can do as many layers as you want. Like you could keep going. Just, you know, the odd shapes I love. And then you can fray it more if you want and get the ends more frayed out. And you could just keep going. I mean, you can just go to the next. Just keep adding to it. So you know this, you could start over and go back down if you want. You know, just repeat it. Here, let's start down here because that's where my thread ended. So fold it like a V, face it down again like we did at the beginning, and then just do it again. So this can be the bottom part of it. Just slip it on under and go like this. Just catch it. That's all you're doing is just catching it with your thread. So it's kind of cool, right? So this just keeps adding dimension to it. I mean, you can make a big old nest if you want to. Depending on how much scraps you got and how much time you got. See, like I'm looking at that one going, that might be too long, so I'm gonna cut that one in half. So you'll start judging it and seeing where you want bits and how long you want them. kind of lifting up that layer, popping it underneath, and then just doing a little stitch down here. However it wants to fit in there. Wait, let's line it back up. And it is smaller little pieces, so it's a little fiddly, but I think it's worth it. Because you can just sit this on your lap and, you know, just sit and do a little lap project, which I love to do. And then by the time you're done, you're like, oh, I'm gonna do that again. And then you can make another little bird to match it and have little lovebirds. Little lovebirds. Okay, so I'm just gonna go like this, and I'll finish this off, and we can start adding our fun little, other little things that you wanna add around it. And I think we'll sew it into our little journal, our little stitch journal here. So let's keep going. Okay, so I'm just finishing off the love. The nest turned out really fun. It's so fluffy and cool. And I'm just gonna sew this love on real quick, and then I'll show you guys how to put the eggs, our little eggs in there. And then we'll sew the little love on there. I don't wanna forget to do that, so I have to put it where I can see it. I hate it when I turn off the camera and then go, oh man, I forgot to do that. Whoops. So I'm just kind of doing a whip stitch all the way around, just in and out, and just making it so you could see it, because I think that looks good. Kind of fun. Like that. One more. Okay. Tie it off. So what I'm gonna do is you gotta make sure to have a small enough needle to get through your little gem here. They have little holes in them. So I just test it with my needle. That one will go through, so that's good. And I'm just using just some thread. I also use the rest of that up. So I'm going to start on this end. Just pop up right here. And then just add your little gems or little eggs in there, whichever ones you want to use. And with these, some of the holes are bigger and some are smaller, so you just gotta find the right needle and the right little gem to put in there. But I think these are fun, just to put into the nest. Let's do one more. Do a little white one. Well, that's a big one. Okay, there we go. Okay, so just as easy as that, I just popped them all on together and then just went right there. I went right back down. So there we go. So they get their little eggs that they're sitting on. Isn't that cute? Okay. And tie it off so it doesn't go nowhere. Okay, now let's go ahead and we'll sew down. I'll shut that because I would hate to have those come undone and go everywhere. Okay, so let's do love. see, where do we want our love? We could put it in that little square. And I'm just sewing it on, just however you need to sew it. Just kind of tack it down. I just have this, I mean, this matches, so you can't really even see it. So. Just enough for it to stay. That isn't going anywhere. I'm just doing a couple back stitches here. And it won't go nowhere. Done with that. Now the fun part. Well, it's all fun. This is all fun. Who are we kidding? I'll stick it in here. Okay. Just add a little page. We could do it on the back of here. And what I'm going to do is just kind of tack it on there. I mean, really, nothing too crazy. I'll just do, I just got this hanging around, I might as well use it. Just embroidery floss. I'm gonna attach it. Just right on top here. I mean, even if I go through a little bit here, that doesn't bother me at all. I think it's a stitch journal and everything is stitched in, right? It all goes together. So I'm just doing a running stitch. Okay. So if you guys do any of these or make one, a little lovebird, just tag me in it. Like if you put it on Facebook or anything like that, just Snowstorm Crafts or Instagram, and I will come check it out. I think that would be so much fun. I mean, these are just really, really cool to make. And I like to see how, you know, your guys' interpretation of it, for sure. It's so much fun to see other people's way that they see things, you know, and do things, and, you know, the stuff that they have, the little scraps and all the little fun stuff. So, yeah. Okay. I'm just tying it off. I'm just doing it up at the top here. And it could be a fun little flip. And we got it into our little stitch journal. So we can just flip up. Just like that. So there we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informational. And then this is our little guy here. So that'll be fun. So make sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell and you guys can see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. And keep on crafting.